What would you do if you were faced with a choice that could result in the loss of life, regardless of your decision? This is the haunting question posed by the trolley problem, a moral dilemma that thrusts us into a world of stark choices and unavoidable consequences. Imagine this: you're standing by a trolley track when you see a runaway trolley barreling down the tracks. Up ahead, on the main track, there are 5 people tied up, unable to move. The trolley is headed straight for them. You notice a lever near you that could switch the trolley to a different track, but there's a catch. On this side track, there's 1 person tied up. Do you pull the lever, causing the trolley to switch tracks, thereby saving 5 lives but ending 1? Or do you do nothing and let the trolley continue on its path, resulting in 5 deaths, but sparing the single individual on the side track? This is the trolley problem, a thought experiment that forces us to grapple with the moral implications of our decisions. It's a situation where every choice leads to a loss of life. It compels us to ask, what is the ethical course of action? Is it more moral to actively intervene and cause 1 death but save 5 lives? Or is it better to refrain from action, indirectly causing 5 deaths, but preserving 1 life? The trolley problem is more than just a philosophical brain teaser. It's a stark confrontation with the complexities of decision-making, revealing the intricate web of ethical considerations that underlie our choices. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes, morality isn't black and white. It's a spectrum of grays, a maze of nuances, and a tangle of contradictions. As we delve deeper into the trolley problem, we'll explore various perspectives and ethical theories that illuminate this moral dilemma from different angles. We'll dissect the problem piece by piece, examining the ethical implications of each decision. This problem confronts us with a harsh reality. Sometimes there's no easy answer. One perspective on the trolley problem comes from the school of utilitarianism. This philosophy, initially proposed by Jeremy Bentham, emphasizes the greatest good for the greatest number. It's a theory of morality that values the overall happiness and well-being of a community over the individual. In the context of the trolley problem, a utilitarian would likely pull the lever, choosing to save the lives of 5 individuals at the expense of 1. It's a decision steeped in the principle of utility, which dictates that the right course of action is the one that maximizes overall happiness or minimizes overall suffering. From this viewpoint, the loss of 1 life, although tragic, is justified by the preservation of 5 others. It's a decision based not on the value of the individual, but on the aggregate well-being of all involved. From a utilitarian perspective, the choice is clear: minimize suffering by sacrificing 1 to save many. On the other end of the spectrum, we find deontology asserting a different viewpoint. Deontology is a school of thought in moral philosophy that prioritizes duty and moral principles above all else. It's not the consequences of our actions that matter, but the actions themselves and whether they align with our moral obligations. Now let's imagine our deontologist in the throes of the trolley problem. Faced with the dreadful decision, they might refuse to pull the lever. Their argument? It's morally wrong to intentionally harm another, even for a greater good. The key word here is intentionally. You see, for the deontologist, it's about the principle of not causing harm, rather than the numerical equation of lives saved versus lives lost. This perspective emphasizes the sanctity of individual rights and the wrongness of using people as mere means to an end. For the deontologist, the act of harming another, even to save more lives, is morally indefensible. Lastly, let's explore the trolley problem from the perspective of virtue ethics. This philosophical approach places great emphasis on the character and virtues of the individual making the decision. It's not just about the action or its consequences, but who we are as moral beings. Imagine you're at the switch, the trolley rushing towards the tracks. A virtue ethicist would say that your decision should reflect the kind of person you aspire to be. Should you value bravery, you might face the harsh reality of the situation head-on. If compassion is your guiding virtue, you'll likely agonize over the potential loss of life. Aristotle, a key figure in virtue ethics, believed in the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or the good life. He proposed that our actions should lead us towards this state. Therefore, in the trolley problem, the right action is the one that aligns with your virtues and helps you flourish as a human being. In the realm of virtue ethics, it's the moral character of the decision-maker that takes precedence over the act itself. So, where does this leave us in the face of the trolley problem? We've journeyed through the labyrinth of moral philosophy, touching upon the utilitarian approach that seeks the greatest good for the greatest number. We've also navigated the deontological stance where the morality of an action is judged based on the action's adherence to a rule or rules. And we've explored the virtue ethics perspective, which emphasizes the role of one's character and virtues in determining the rightness of actions. The trolley problem, however, remains a conundrum, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. It's a testament to the intricate tapestry of ethical decision-making, woven with threads of consequence, duty, and virtue. It challenges us to question our own moral compass and grapple with the weight of life or death decisions. So, what would you do if you found yourself at the switch, the wheels of fate grinding relentlessly towards an impossible decision? In the end, the trolley problem serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of moral decision-making and the profound impact our choices can have.